Hey everyone, welcome back to EzzyByte. Today we will cover top 50 MCQs on Java OOPS. Let's get started. Which of these best describe OOPS in Java? Options are functional programming, procedural coding, using object and classes, and static only programming. Option C is correct. OOPS in Java is centered around creating and manipulating object using classes. Which OOPS concept bind data and method together? Options are polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, and abstraction. Option B is correct. Encapsulation hides internal data by bundling it with related methods. Which keyword is used to inherit a class in Java? Options are extends, implements, inherit, and inherits. Option A is correct. Extends is used for class inheritance in Java. Which of these is not a OOPS principle? Options are inheritance, polymorphism, compilation, and encapsulation. Option C is correct. Compilation is a part of program execution, not an OOPS principle. What is it called when multiple classes have methods with the same name but different parameters? Options are method overriding, method overloading, method hiding, and method shadowing. Option B is correct. Method overloading allows method with the same name but different parameter list. Which access modifier makes member visible only in the same package? Options are private, protected, public, and default. Option D is correct. Default gives package private access. Which concept allows a subclass to provide its own implementation of a method from its superclass? Options are overloading, overriding, hiding, and shadowing. Option B is correct. Overriding lets a subclass modify a superclass method's behavior. Which OOPS concept allows objects to take many forms? Options are abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and encapsulation. Option B is correct. Polymorphism enables one interface to represent different underlying data types. In Java, which keyword is used to create an object? Options are create, object, new, and make. Option C is correct. New allocates memory and creates an object instance. Which of these supports multiple inheritance in Java? Options are classes, interface, abstract classes, and packages. Option B is correct. Java supports multiple inheritance through interfaces. Which OOPS concepts hide the internal detail and show only necessary features? Options are encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and inheritance. Option B is correct. Abstraction focuses on hiding implementation details. Which method is called automatically when an object is created? Options are finalize, constructor, main, and init. Option B is correct. Constructor initializes object at creation. Which statement is true about constructors? Options are they have a return type, they can be overloaded, they are inherited, and they must be static. Option B is correct. Constructors can have different parameter list. Which access modifiers makes member visible everywhere? Options are public, protected, private, and default. Option A is correct. Public makes member accessible from any class. What is achieved by method overriding? Options are compile time polymorphism, encapsulation, runtime polymorphism, and abstraction. Option C is correct. Overriding enables dynamic method dispatch at runtime. Which keyword is used to prevent inheritance of a class? Options are static, final, const, and private. Option B is correct. Final makes a class non-inheritable. Which OOPS feature promotes code reuse? Options are Inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstraction. Option A is correct. Inheritance lets you use existing class code in a new class. Which is true about abstract classes? Options are no methods, instantiable, can have both abstract and concrete method, and must be final. Option C is correct. Abstract classes can contain both implemented and abstract methods. Which keyword is used to call a superclass constructor? Options are super, this, base, and parent. Option A is correct. Super calls a parent class constructor. What is the default superclass of all Java classes? Options are object, classes, base, and root. Option A is correct. Every class in Java implicitly inherits from java.lang.object. Which keyword is used to refer to the current object? Options are self, this, super, and object. Option B is correct. This refers to the current instance of a class. Which keyword prevents a method from being overridden? Options are static, final, const, and private. Option B is correct. Final methods cannot be overridden. Which of these is not allowed in an interface? Options are static methods, abstract methods, default methods, and instance fields. Option D is correct. Interface cannot have instant variables, only constants. What is method hiding? Options are method overriding, static method with the same signature in subclass, private access, and method overloading. Option B is correct. Static methods with the same signature in subclass hide superclass method. Which of these is true about super keyword? Options are it refers to current object, it is used to access parent class member, it creates an object, and it calls the main method. Option B is correct. Super accesses parent class fields, methods, and constructor. Which OOPS concept is used when a class contains another class as a member? Options are composition, inheritance, aggregation, and encapsulation. Option A is correct. Composition represents a has a relationship between classes. Which keyword in Java is used to create an immutable class? Options are final, static, const, and abstract. Option A is correct. Final makes the class non-extendable. With final fields and no setters, the object became immutable. Which OOPS concept models real-world entities? Options are polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, and inheritance. Option C is correct. Abstraction represents essential features without implementation details. What is multiple inheritance problem? Options are multiple objects in memory, ambiguity when two parents classes define same method, multiple constructors, and compilation error in single inheritance. Option B is correct. Java avoids it in the classes but allows via interface. Which method in object class compares the content of two objects? Options are compare, equals, hash code, and toString. Option B is correct. Equals method checks object equality based on content if overridden. What is constructor chaining? Options are calling multiple constructor in sequence, linking object, overloading constructors, and using loop in constructor. Option A is correct. It is done using this or supercalls. Which modifier makes a class usable only within its package? Options are public, protected, default, and private. Option C is correct. Default access restricts class visibility to its package. What does instance of operator checks? Options are data type conversion, whether an object is an instance of class, equality of two objects, and memory location. Option B is correct. Instance of returns true if the object belongs to a specified class or subclass. Which is true about abstract methods? Options are have a body, must be an abstract class, can be static, and can be private. Option B is correct. Abstract method must be in an abstract class or interface. Which method is inherited from object class? Options are get name, clone, finalize, and both B and C. Option D is correct. Both clone and finalize comes from object class. Which keyword is used for implementing an interface? Options are extends, implements, inherit, and interface. Option B is correct. Implements is used for interface implementation. Which OOPS concept is a relationship? Options are inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstraction. Option A is correct. Inheritance represent is a relationship. Which method is called before an object is garbage collected? Options are close, finalize, destroy, and delete. Option B is correct. Finalize is invoked by the garbage collector before object destruction. Can a constructor be private? Options are yes, no, only in abstract class, and only in interface. Option A is correct. Private constructors are used in singleton patterns. Which keyword is used to prevent modification of a variable? Options are static, final, const, and immutable. Option B is correct. Final makes a variable constant after initialization. Can a class be both abstract and final? Options are yes, no, only in special case, and only with interfaces. Option B is correct. Abstract means to be inherited. Final means cannot be inherited. Which access modifier allow visibility in same package and subclasses? Options are private, protected, default, and public. Option B is correct. Protected allows access in the same package and subclasses. Which is true about this method in Java? Options are calls another constructor in the same class, calls superclass constructor, refers to parent class object, and creates a new object. Option A is correct. This method calls a constructor in the same class. Which is not true about static methods? Options are they belong to a class, they can be overridden, they can be called without an object, and they cannot use this. Option B is correct. Static methods cannot be overridden, they can only be hidden. What is object cloning in Java? Options are copying object reference, creating a duplicate object, serializing object, and overloading a method. Option B is correct. Cloning creates a new object with same state as the original. What is method signature in Java? Options are method name only, method name plus parameter, method name plus parameter plus return type, and only return type. Option B is correct. Signature includes name and parameter list. Which keyword makes a method abstract? Options are abstract, virtual, final, and interface. Option A is correct. Abstract marks a method without implementation. Can interface have constructor? Options are yes, no, only static constructor, and only private constructor. Option B is correct. Interface cannot have constructor since they cannot be instantiated. What will be the output of the following code? Options are 10, 20, 0 and error. Option A is correct. Variable resolution is compile time. It depends on reference type of class A, so it prints 10. What will be printed by this code? Options are true, false, compilation error and runtime exception. Option A is correct. Both references points to same object in memory, so equals returns true. How many did you get right? Comment below your scores and any questions you have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EzzyByte. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring.